I love like how amazing it is. They literally put this in a bill. Okay, this is from Senate Bill uh, 3684, Section 8, Emergency Designation. B. Designation in Senate. In the Senate, this act is designated as an emergency requirement pursuant to Section 4112A of H. Con. Res. 71, 115th Congress, the concurrent resolution on the budget for fiscal year 2018. It's one of those things where you're just kind of like, did they actually get served? Did somebody actually send the Congress the motion that I sent to the Supreme Court of the United States? Was the Solicitor General actually contacted that I had asked the Supreme Court to review the petition challenging H. Con. Res. 71, the one they just discussed, as being evidence of a pattern of racketeering activity as promulgated by the federal budget process? Did they actually get it and read it and know what I was talking about? And what, just decided to make an example out of me? S3684 is the 21st Century Conservation Corps for Our Health and Our Jobs Act. It was, the latest action was on May 11th, 2020, when it was referred to the Committee on Appropriations. May 11th, 2020 would be 3 years after I was issued a fraudulent document by the Houston Police Department branding me as an asset of three mental health agencies, but also as a derivative for a uranium company. And this bill has specific designations of the word asset in it and another part. But the best part is that it seems to confirm something that I've suspected for a while. Actually, I've suspected since July of last year. In July of last year, they had something available on the Bureau of Land Management website that's not available at the moment, but is in somebody's evidence backup somewhere, where it was a bunch of information that had to do with some sort of training exercise that was happening on public land for the United States Army. And when I saw it, it looked like they were creating some sort of gridded system where if you had the kind of technology the Army does, you might be able to track people's movements and alter or modulate radio frequency in order to excitate some sort of reaction. And they also have another area on there that talks about the kinds of bonds that one can get in connection with various kinds of mineral leases or access to various kinds of land, public lands, and other lands related to different kinds of minerals. And it made me wonder if the Bureau of Land Management and Black Lives Matter had some sort of other connection. If one of the reasons why nobody in the last several years has been willing to talk with me about my concerns regarding municipal bonds and the bonds of first responders and how they may be connected to the increases or the perceptions and the actual execution of events connected to disproportionate deaths of people of color by law enforcement, if it has something to do with the bonds. And if the municipal bonds and the bonds on first responders and the bail bonds that people get when they're arrested have anything to do with the bonds through the Bureau of Land Management, BLM. And this bill right here has very substantial and very significant metric correlations when it comes to funding associated with the Bureau of Land Management specifically. I mean, it's nothing, right? It's just one of two bills that's listed as being connected to S3422, the Great American Outdoors Act, which apparently had some sort of mandated vote called last night at 1 a.m., by 1 a.m., right? Does anybody care is anybody going to be concerned? Yeah? Are you concerned? Because, I haven't read through the Great American Outdoors Act. I just kind of went to this 21st Century Conservation Corps for Our Health and Jobs Act. You should read what they say, Conservation Corps, right? And the best part here is the Department of Defense and its special permits for recreational activities. Why would the Department of Defense need special permits for recreational activities in the United States? Does it have anything to do with my effort to petition the Supreme Court of the United States regarding unconstitutional amendments to the Texas Constitution, which literally make the FIFA racket a form of Masonic ritual practice enshrined under the auspices of a tax law for the state of Texas? I think it does. Why does the Department of Defense, in a bill referencing the Bureau of Land Management, need appropriations for recreational activities that have 3-year terms, by the way? They explicitly state 3-year terms, both past 3 years and the next 3 years. Anybody? Anybody?